Coming up next on the Passion Struck podcast, joining the 5 a.m. club can help increase productivity, focus, and clarity of thought. It takes dedication and time to adjust to the routine, but it is worth it in the end, as you'll be able to form positive habits and drastically increase your productivity. Welcome to Passion Struck. Hi, I'm your host, John R. Miles, and on the show, we decipher the secrets, tips, and guidance of the world's most inspiring people and turn their wisdom into practical advice for you and those around you. Our mission is to help you unlock the power of intentionality so that you can become the best version of yourself. If you're new to the show, I offer advice and answer listener questions on Fridays. We have long-form interviews the rest of the week with guests ranging from astronauts to authors, CEOs, creators, innovators, scientists, military leaders, visionaries, and athletes. Now, let's go out there and become Passion Struck. If you are a frequent listener to Passion Struck, you have likely heard me talk about my morning routine, which includes waking up at 5 a.m. daily. I do it to get a head start on the day and gain an extra edge in life. I find many benefits associated with joining this exclusive 5 a.m. club, from increased productivity and improved focus to better habits and a more positive outlook. Kristen, one of our regular listeners, requested that I create an episode on the 5 a.m. club, including details on how to implement it, my personal experience with it, tips for making it a successful venture, and the various benefits that it provides. So if you're looking to make a change in your daily routine, take some time to explore what the 5 a.m. club has to offer. It's not for everyone, but those who have taken up the challenge of waking up at 5 a.m. every day know that it can be life-changing. Let's dive into why so many people swear by starting their days before sunrise. It just may become your new favorite morning ritual too. When a friend told me about the 5 a.m. club, I have to admit, I was really skeptical. At the time, waking up at 6 a.m. felt early enough for me. However, as I kept hearing about the club and learning about the long list of successful people who were part of it, I became curious and decided to read the 5 a.m. club to understand what the hype was all about. The further I got into the book, the more I realized that I wasn't spending enough quality time alone with my thoughts, and I wasn't intentionally approaching my days. I'd been relying on a few hours in the evening to unwind, but this time wasn't actually restorative. Instead, I stayed up longer than I should have, doing unproductive things. I felt constantly exhausted and resentful of myself for not making better use of my valuable time. By the time that I finished the book, I was convinced of its benefits and decided to try it. So that begs the question, what is the 5 a.m. club? The 5 a.m. club is a concept popularized by author and self-improvement guru Robin Sharma, who I interviewed on the Passion Struck podcast in episode 209. The idea behind the club is to wake up at 5 a.m. every day and to use that time to focus on your well-being through activities like exercise, meditation, journaling, and continual learning. The goal is to start your day by fueling your mind, body, and soul, leading to personal growth, productivity, and intentional living. By doing this, you can make the most of your mornings and create an environment encouraging success. Robin Sharma says the 5 a.m. club isn't just about getting up early. It's about rising with intentionality and purpose to use those precious morning hours for something meaningful. He believes that if we take advantage of these moments, when our minds are clear and alert, we can accomplish more in less time than at any other part of the day. The 5 a.m. club is a lifestyle choice that's embraced by many to help them reach their goals and maximize productivity. By following an optimal morning routine, you can firsthand experience the benefits of joining the club. Next, I'll discuss with you how you create an optimal morning routine and my personal experience starting and sustaining the 5 a.m. club. Let's first talk about creating that optimal morning routine. Waking up early and having a few moments to yourself can help you set your intentions, allowing you to focus on what matters most in life. The routine that's outlined in the book consists of 20 minutes of exercise, 20 minutes of journaling and meditation, and 20 minutes of either education or reading. However, I have found through practice, the optimal 5 a.m. club routine typically includes the following 6 elements. The first is waking up at 5 a.m. The foundation of the 5 a.m. club is waking up early and consistently, and this allows for dedicated time before the rest of the day begins. Second, exercise. Starting the day with physical activity can help boost energy levels, increase focus, and release endorphins. Third, meditation or mindfulness. Taking time to calm the mind and practice mindfulness can reduce stress Improve mood and increase focus for the rest of the day. Fourth, personal development. This could include reading, writing, learning, or practicing a skill. This time can be used to improve oneself and set the tone for a productive day. Fifth, planning and goal setting. Taking time to plan the day ahead, setting goals, and prioritizing tasks can help you to stay organized and focused. And finally, sixth, gratitude practice. Starting the day with gratitude and positivity can help you improve overall well-being and set a positive tone for the rest of the day. So now that I've told you about what the 5 a.m. Club is and some of the components of creating an optimal morning routine, I'm now going to go into my personal experience implementing the 5 a.m. Club. First, I'll talk about how I got started and my initial struggles. Initially, I strictly adhered to the outline that was in the book, which included 20 minutes of exercise or workout, 20 minutes of journaling or meditation, and 20 minutes of learning or reading. And to my surprise, I felt amazing. I had more energy and focus throughout the day, and my productivity noticeably increased. Additionally, I felt proud of myself for waking up early and sticking with the routine. But I will admit at first, it was hard to get out of bed in the morning, especially when all I wanted to do was to stay in bed for a few more minutes. After a few weeks, I found myself tired and dreading having to go to bed so early, and I started to slip in my adherence to the schedule. So that led to round 2 of implementing the 5 a.m. Club. I decided to restart my routine with a plan that I was excited about. Each morning, as soon as my alarm rang, I'd jump out of bed and start my day by drinking a glass of water with digestive enzymes, taking my dog Bentley for a walk, followed by working out, meditating for 5 to 10 minutes, journaling, practicing gratitude, and finally reading while enjoying a cup of coffee. Adopting this new routine meant making some adjustments to my lifestyle. I now go to bed before 10 p.m., requiring me to start winding down by 9 p.m., which limits my weeknight activities. I also get tired earlier in the evenings, so I must ensure that I complete tasks requiring intense focus earlier in the day. Finally, I have to make sure that I have everything prepared for the next morning, the night before, to make most use of my early hours. To keep things interesting, I varied my workout routine. Some days I'd hit a spin class, while other days I would lift weights, go for a nature hike, ride my bike to catch the morning sunrise, or practice yoga. On weekends, I made slight modifications to my routine to allow for some extra time to spend with family, friends, and my partner, should I choose to stay up later on Friday or Saturday nights. Once I got into a routine, however, things started to change drastically for me. Waking up early gave me an extra hour or two each day that allowed me to focus on what mattered most, my goals and dreams. Having this spare time also made it easier for me to be productive throughout the day as well as plan ahead so that nothing would slip through the cracks later on. To stay motivated and consistent with my routine, I set small daily goals that were achievable within an hour or two each morning before work began, such as preparing for my podcast interviews. This kept me focused and gave me something tangible to look forward to every single day, which helped keep my motivation levels high even when things got tough. Now that I've given my own background, let's explore the best starting point for you to put the 5 a.m. Club into action yourself. It can be daunting if you're looking to join the 5 a.m. Club. You may have heard about its benefits and try it, but you don't know where to start. It's important to remember that joining the 5 a.m. Club is not an overnight process. It takes time and dedication. Besides waking up at 5 a.m., the most critical thing to an effective morning routine is tailoring the 6 essential elements that I laid out earlier in a way that fits you, your preferences, and whatever helps you get your mind, spirit, and body ready for the day ahead. Doing this consistently will help form healthy habits over time, making waking up earlier each day easier. You may be asking, what happens if you fail on your first attempt? Failing at something doesn't mean you should give up on it altogether. If your first attempt at joining the 5 a.m. Club isn't successful, take some time, like I did, to reflect on what went wrong and adjust accordingly. Remember that this is a journey with bumps along the way, so don't get discouraged. You may also be wondering, I've got a lot on my plate already. Why would I want to try it? Waking up early has proven to improve productivity levels throughout the day, as well as increase focus and clarity of thought. Joining the 5 a.m. Club can also help you with habit formation by creating structure in your daily routine, which helps create positive habits over time. I have found that the 5 a.m. Club is an incredible way to gain focus and clarity, but it takes dedication and consistency. So let's now explore some common issues that people face when implementing the 5 a.m. Club and how to overcome them. As I just mentioned, joining the club takes dedication and discipline, but it is possible. Many, many people have implemented it, and millions of readers throughout the world have read this book. You can make your morning routine more successful with the right strategies. Here are some tips that I learned for overcoming challenges in the 5 a.m. Club. One of the most common challenges faced by members of the 5 a.m. Club is a lack of sleep leading to fatigue. Waking up at such an early time can be difficult, especially if you have to acclimate to the change. It takes time for your body to adjust and get into a routine, so don't be discouraged if you feel tired at the beginning. To combat this issue, start by setting realistic goals for yourself, such as waking up 15 minutes earlier each week until you reach your desired wake-up time, or try taking short naps during the day when needed, and progressively move up your bedtime. Another challenge people need help with is sticking to their morning routine. It can be hard to stay motivated and consistent when trying something new, like waking up at 5 a.m. every day. But it's important to remember why you started in the first place and keep pushing forward even when it gets tough. Set small goals for yourself each week or month that will keep you on track towards reaching your ultimate goal. Additionally, prepare everything that you need the night before so that all you have to do when it's time to wake up is get out of bed. This could include laying out clothes for your workout so they're ready when needed. Feeling overwhelmed or burned out is another common obstacle that many members of the 5 a.m. Club have experienced during some point along their journey. This often happens when we take on too much without giving ourselves enough time for rest and recovery between tasks or activities. Remember to reward yourself after completing tasks successfully, whether that's taking a break from studying or working, or treating yourself with something special like coffee or ice cream. This will help keep motivation levels high even when things get tough. Although the 5 a.m. Club can be difficult to sustain, it is possible with dedication and determination. By understanding common challenges that are faced by members of the 5 a.m. Club, such as lack of sleep and fatigue, difficulty sticking to a routine, and feeling overwhelmed or burned out, you can begin to develop strategies to overcome these challenges. As Robin Sharma himself once said, "All change is hard at the beginning, messy in the middle, and glorious at the end." The key takeaway here is to make the most of the 5 a.m. Club, for this will ensure maximum motivation and success. Now let's explore the benefits of the 5 a.m. Club from my personal experience with it. Since I joined the 5 a.m. Club, the experience has been life-changing. To my surprise, I now look forward to waking up at 5 a.m. each day. A few years ago, this idea would have been unfathomable to me, but the benefits of the club are undeniable. I have noticed a significant improvement in my physical, spiritual, and mental well-being, as well as increased calmness and focus. The club has also allowed me to make huge improvements to my health, relationships, and overall work performance. Here are just a few of them. First of all, it promotes intentional living. Joining the 5 a.m. Club is a powerful way to start my day with intention. It's about setting aside time for myself and focusing on what I want to accomplish each day. Taking control of my mornings can help me to create more balance, allowing me to be more productive and fulfilled throughout the day. I have more energy because I get a head start on my tasks before the hustle and bustle of my day takes root. Additionally, since there are fewer distractions during this time period, which means during your morning routines, no emails, social media, phone calls, or texting, it's easier to stay focused on what needs to be done without feeling overwhelmed or burned out later in the day. Second, the 5 a.m. Club helps me to find balance by giving me time to focus on my goals without sacrificing my personal life. By taking this extra hour or two each morning, I can set myself up for success while still having enough energy left over for family, friends, hobbies, etc. Third, it helps with habit formation. I found that creating an intentional morning routine can be incredibly helpful when forming new habits, as it provides structure and clarity throughout the process. Having a consistent approach allows me to develop healthier habits more quickly because I know exactly what needs to be done each morning without needing extra motivation or willpower from myself. Plus, having something specific planned out makes it easier than figuring out how you want your morning to look each day. Fourth, it positively impacts productivity. By waking up early and implementing a routine, I am able to increase focus, energy levels, and motivation throughout the day. Dedicating the early morning hours to personal development can free up my time later in the day for work and other responsibilities. I feel more organized, focused, and accomplished. positively impacting my productivity. Fifth, it helps me to increase mental health and well-being due to having dedicated me time. Studies have shown that people who wake up early tend to experience less stress and anxiety than those who stay up late into the night. Early risers often report feeling more energized during their days, which leads to better moods overall. Additionally, having an optimized morning routine helps create structure in our lives, which is essential for mental health and well-being. When I wake up early, I give myself more time throughout my days, which allows me to manage my schedule better and get things done faster without feeling rushed or overwhelmed by my deadlines. I also become more mindful about how I spend my time, as every minute counts when working on my business or tackling personal projects at home. Sixth, and lastly, the 5 a.m. Club also helps to improve sleep quality since it allows for earlier bedtimes, which helps regulate circadian rhythms. I find that by starting my day earlier, I have more time for self-care and self-improvement, which can help to reduce stress and anxiety and lead to better sleep. I discussed a lot today during this episode, and I want to bring all of it together for you. I have found that the 5 a.m. Club is a great way to set intentions for the day, form healthy habits, and boost productivity. It helps by providing clarity, structure, and consistency in my morning routine, which leads to increased energy and focus throughout the day. Benefits that I've observed include improved sleep quality, increased motivation, greater self-awareness and control over my emotions, and more time for personal development activities. It's a great way to kickstart your day and set yourself up for success. As I have explained, it can be challenging at the beginning, and I'm not going to sugarcoat that, but you can make it work with the right strategies. Whether you're looking to increase your own productivity or just get an early start on your day, joining the 5 a.m. Club could be a great choice. With dedication and perseverance, you'll soon find that waking up at 5 a.m. will become second nature. It's important to remember that the 5 a.m. Club is about embracing self-love and self-care. This means taking care of yourself first, so that you have the needed energy to take care of others around you and pursue your passions. Taking some me time in the mornings allows you to recharge your batteries before tackling whatever comes next during the rest of your day. Lastly, my experience with the 5 a.m. Club has been a journey of self-discovery, growth, and transformation. Despite some initial struggles, I have seen the many benefits that come from joining this club. And I'm excited to hear from others who have tried it and their experience implementing the program. I hope you all enjoyed the show, and I wanted to thank everyone who wrote in this week, and of course, everybody who listened. Thank you so much. You are about to hear a preview of the Passion Struck podcast interview I did with Matt Higgins, who is co-founder and CEO of private investment firm RSC Ventures, an executive fellow at the Harvard Business School, a guest shark on ABC's Shark Tank seasons 10 and 11. He will soon star in a new spinoff, Business Hunters, also executive produced by Mark Burnett. Matt is the author of the brand new book, Burn the Boats, which releases next Tuesday. In it, he discusses why you need to toss your plan B overboard and unleash your full potential.
It would be very simplistic to say, oh, just burn the boats. That's it, right? Just to make no provisions, just go all in. That's actually not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is what we all want to do is to burn the boats and to jettison our backup plan and our crutches. We don't respect ourselves when we hedge. Nobody wants to hedge, but it's easier said than done. So the book is meant to be an actual blueprint for how do you burn the boats? How do you go all in?
The fee for this show is that you share it with family or friends when you find something interesting or useful. If you know someone who's feeling stuck and could use a new routine in their life, then please share today's episode about the 5 a.m. Club with them. The greatest compliment that you can give us is when you share these shows with someone that you love or care about. In the meantime, do your best to apply what you hear on the show so that you can live what you listen. And until next time, live life passion struck.